It's for real.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
Back with another Hambone's movie review. I'm going to tell you right now, though, this is probably going to be the one that gets me the most heat because it's probably going to be one of the most popular opinions out there on this particular film. Now, there was a film that was being made that I was sort of excited about. Not sort of, maybe I was really excited about it. And it's a film called Resident Evil. All right. Because I feel like overall I got screwed with the first iteration of Resident Evils because they didn't really do anything with the game and everything. And one thing that I was excited about with this film was the fact that it was going to be based on the main characters and the main story set up to us from back in the day in the 90s when Resident Evil first came out. So I got super psyched about them using the characters and using the story. But I also had to hold back my excitement because this movie wasn't given like a huge budget and everything. It was kind of like, hey, let's test the waters. Let's get out there. Let's make this film. Let's put this film out there for the people that love the video game and everything else. So I kind of understood that. So I was like, it is what it is. But the thing about it is hey, let's just get into it. And like I said, man, this movie is a movie I may disagree with almost everyone on it, to be honest, because I freaking love this movie. It brought me back to just sitting with my best friend and playing these games over and over again. And I'm talking about, like I said, I was talking about at the top, Resident Evil, directed by Johannes Roberts. I know that it has some cheese in there, but almost every time they laid it out, man, I wanted to get some crackers to eat that cheese, man, because like that's part of it. Part of the thing about Resident Evil and stuff and some of the story and everything, it's cheesy at points, to be honest with you, how they set it up and everything else. So I didn't mind some of that. Like probably one of the biggest critiques I'd have is they do drop the F-bomb a lot. Like that happens. But also in that certain situation, when things are happening in Raccoon City like they were, you're probably going to drop the F-bomb a lot. I don't know. Some people may have found that a little bit too aggressive because they do say that. I need to go back and probably put a counter on there. It's probably like at least over 20 that they drop the F-bomb. They did use the original story, like I was talking about. I feel to the fullest in this film. And this film, it did have a low budget. Let's don't forget that before you go and like you super judge it. Like it's not like this movie was throwing a lot of money and everything into it and all that. It had key moments from the game, like the piano playing the Moonlight Sonata to open up a secret passage. It had the 18-wheeler crashing and exploding. It had the iconic scene from the game where they walk into the mansion and they find the first body with a zombie eating the corpse as it slowly turns to face you as a character when you were playing the game. And they kind of like redid that in movie form. And it was like really super good. Man, the sounds, I have to give the sound director or whatever you want to call that guy, like he did a pretty good job with like some of the sounds in this movie, to be honest. But it just didn't give me that. It gave me some like Redfield story here with the brother and the sister, the Redfields, the main characters of Resident Evil from the beginning. And it brought just all these like different characters, like I thought of, like Wesker and everybody else that plays like a part in the games and stuff like that gets a little bit here. Is it a perfect movie? Hell no. But did I enjoy it? I enjoyed it. It followed the game in a good way. It didn't like overdo it, right? It didn't try to put too many of the game elements in there. It just put just enough in there to feel like it was still like part of that game, I was really kind of like worried about this film because as I sat in the theater waiting for it to come on, it reminded me of when I went and seen Jason versus Freddy in the theater for the first time. I assumed it would be a total crap fest, but I was shocked to find out they actually put something together where I thought they couldn't, right? Like I didn't know if they could actually translate a little bit of the game into a movie and stuff, just like I didn't think they could translate a Jason versus Freddy film. Were the actors the best ever? No, they wasn't. Was the story laid out perfectly? Not exactly. But you know what this movie was supposed to do? It was there to make me feel to get a film version of the game I used to play for hours. And this movie did that for me. It was like I was sitting down next to a good friend again and enjoying something all over again as well. Like, it was fun, and that is all I could ask for a film, especially one based on a video game that was like early in its series, where it started the whole like horror genre sort of. It wasn't the first game that was like a horror game, but it was like the one that hit mass, publicity, where a lot of people played it and everything else. I'm going to give this movie a 7.5, which, as you can assume, doesn't align with what others are saying at Rotten Tomatoes. The score there is a 24% critic and 57% fan reaction. So the fans are overall like okay with this movie. It's kind of almost split, but it's a little bit past the halfway point. And guess what, guys? I don't care. Love what you want to love, no matter what anyone says. Don't ever let that kind of stuff get you down when you go and watch a film and everything. Hey, man, like what you're going to like, and don't try to like just be with everybody. Don't try to follow the crowd, because I'm definitely not on this movie. Like I said, it does have flaws. I get some of the people's points that, when they criticize the movie for whatever reasons. But it's just a movie, to me, that did better than I thought it would do. And like I said, nostalgia sometimes is a good thing. And in this particular moment, I thought it was great. I had a really fun time watching this movie, and nobody can take that away. I know a lot of you probably going to disagree with me. Leave it in the comments below. And please like and subscribe to the channel if you can. We're trying to get to that 700 before the end of the year. That'd be pretty cool if we hit that. But until next time, peace.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.